What's going on, guys? Still here. So today again I'm going to talk about the recent patch to developers, a recent change log, and kind of the future of top tier Air Combat and War Thunder. So if you've been living under a rock today, there was a little change log that says that the RWR sounds have been changed to something less annoying and loud. The reference sound used has been brought from the F-14 Tomcat RWR. About that, the clip that you're seeing right now is from like literally 30 minutes ago, and it's not close to the Tomcat's RWR. I don't know where they're getting that from, but it could just be a little bit of a Christmas prank, a little bit, considering the patch to developers, which we'll go into now. So the December patch to the developers, and also last month for China, had a different aircraft. As you can see, had the F-16, the MiG-29A for Germany, and the S for the USSR, the General Dynamics F-111, a new version of the EJ Phantom for Japan, which the R in front of it makes me think of reconnaissance. So maybe that has seed functionality, I have no idea. The Chengdu J5 and the more J7s essentially. And then things like, you know, an F-16 for Italy, and obviously the Dassault Mirage 2000 for France, which I know people have been waiting for a really good Mirage for a long time. And so, with this information, we obviously know where Gaijin is going to go with War Thunder for top tier aircraft. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Where are you going to go? My Little Ponies? Actually, now that I think about it, that was a thing. So, anyways. Yes. We know that Gaijin's going to go into Gen 4 air combat. We're already kind of bordering that like Gen 3 plus area with a couple of aircraft in terms of their performance and then weapon capabilities that Gaijin just hasn't implemented yet. So that's kind of what we have on the table now. So the main issue that I'm bringing up in today's video is RWR functionality, and the fact that I think RWR needs a rework, and like it needs it yesterday. So because for over a year now we've had air combat that has kind of revolved around using beyond visual range missiles. However, only up until this patch, really, with the F4J, have we had an aircraft that can truly launch a Sparrow outside of visual range and get away with killing another aircraft without them even knowing that the missile was actually coming towards them, because there was no missile little diamond from the missile launch warning, because it runs out of motor. Although its burn time kind of allows you to get away with it, but anyways, that's kind of a bit of a nuance, but we're not going to go on to that. So what I wanted to get onto is the fact that, as you know, in War Thunder, RWR has two modes, two functions, I should say. You're being detected, so you're being scanned, and then you're being tracked. There's no third one, which is a missile is being launched at you. The missile launch warning does not exist in War Thunder and hasn't for a really long time, and I still don't understand why it hasn't existed for like a year. What the hell? I don't care if there's a visual little diamond that comes to kill you. It doesn't matter. It's a functionality that Gaijin, we have 1,500 vehicles, they're all realistically modded, look at that. And then they don't have functioning RWR, and they've been pushing modern air combat for literally like 2 years at this point. So I'm kind of confused. So what I want to show you guys is a clip from Pandramoto that he has, that you probably haven't seen because it's unlisted. And it's basically what RWR should sound like. However, in this case, he doesn't use the what is it, the APG blah 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 from America. He uses the Russian, which I don't know the name of, the Russian RWR that you will see on the MiG-21 and the MiG-23. I believe the MiG-21 BIS, it actually has the RWR panel in the cockpit. I don't know because I haven't looked at the cockpit of the BIS in forever. So I'm going to show you that clip so you kind of know what it should sound like, at least on the Russian end, and then after that I'm going to kind of finish up the video with the actual solution and what we need to see. So anyways, without further ado, I'm going to show you that clip. So as you could hear, there was an actual launch warning tone, which that is what the actual Russian radar or RWR, sorry, of the time sounded like. I don't understand why it hasn't been implemented, but again, no more saying why it hasn't, because we know why. It's just Gaijin hasn't gotten around to it because they were simply, I don't know. I'll give you a quote here from Mystic Man, a Twitch streamer. He said, "When Gaijin has time to develop a useless digging mechanic barely anyone uses, they should be fine making a volume slider." This was him in reference to our discussion about volume sliders for RWR and kind of just the overall RWR discussion. And that quote is like, I mean, it's true. Gaijin would rather develop terraforming, which is pretty useless in War Thunder, to kind of test it out for enlisted, I guess you could say, or the other way around, than to make a functioning RWR sound slider and an actual functioning RWR. But anyways, getting the fat truth bomb for Mystic out of the way, we kind of have to talk about, obviously now, what I would like to see from Gaijin in literally like the next couple of months. I know that everyone's taking off holiday, and the next big patch is like, I think, February. But what I would like Gaijin to do as soon as they get back to full working order is, I would like to see them, for the team that works on it, prioritize reworking RWRs so that 1, they actually have the launch warning, 2, the radars from the aircraft that respectively have certain RWRs and certain sounds get implemented. Okay, I mean, it's really not that hard for them to do that. The sources are out there. DCS already has the American RWR, the Russian RWR, the French RWR, and I think, if I remember correctly, so they have the one on the JF-17. I don't think there's another one, but I could be wrong. They have a couple of RWRs that I think are like the helicopters as well. But for aircraft, because a lot more aircraft share RWRs than helicopters do, I think that's kind of the direction they need to head. And the final thing I'd like to see them do is have a volume slider that functions for either HUD elements or just the RWR specifically, because the RWR is kind of its own thing. And obviously with a rework to the functionality and probably what they would do with changing sound files, I would expect a volume slider for RWR to be a thing and not be tied to the special effects volume. In kind of explaining that, I'm going to kind of go into one last thing before I wrap up the video. When it comes to audio in War Thunder, everybody is different. They have different PCs or softwares for audio. They have different headsets. Everything is completely different. And Gaijin trying to standardize that has kind of ended in not standardizing. So having Gaijin change sounds to cater to your personal preference is kind of just a waste of time. And we just kind of need a universalized system that allows you to customize a lot more. There's a lot of people that I know that would prefer a lot more customization when it comes to audio, HUD elements, etc. And in this case, definitely audio. Essentially the limits to the volume sliders are okay, but the problem is that the audio isn't balanced out. So Gaijin needs to really balance out the audio as well. And unfortunately, that is going to be entirely up to them, and constantly complaining on the forums that something is too loud or too quiet just has them go in and they just move a value, and it doesn't really serve any purpose. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. I apologize if this video feels a little bit rushed because it kind of is. I'm on a time crunch today. I have literally an hour before I have to pretty much go to work. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about an RWR rework, and let me know in the comments what your system sound setting is at, like whether your volume's at 20 or it's at 80, and you know what your War Thunder sound sliders look like, whether you're at max volume or you're down like I am at 25 now because of the new engine sounds. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what your guys' opinion is on sound in War Thunder, considering it's been such a contentious issue for over a year now, and the sound guy kind of seems like he's trying to justify not getting fired because of how many times he changes gun sounds. But yeah, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, Mr. Wolf, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh damn, that was a good shot.